Hey Internet, I'm Chaz.
And I'm Dan. Welcome to Wine is Serious Business, episode 253. We got monkey socks today.
We got some Japanese monkey socks from our friend Matt.
Thanks,
and,
Matt.
yeah, because we want to do a blind show. This is going to probably be coming in right after New Year's?
Right after New Year's? No, right before. Yep, right between.
Okay,
Christmas and New
so
Year's.
yeah, so right before New Year's. So we always try to do some sparkling wine right around then. I thought let's do the game again where it's blind wines from anywhere in the world. So
yeah,
not even gonna say which 3 regions. Like these are just anywhere. So
we had a good time with this last time, and you guys liked it. We had some good comments on it. People always talk about, of course, Champagne's the best one. We get that a lot. We'll see if that holds up. It did hold up last year, right? It did turn out.
Yeah,
that
it
way.
did. I think we actually did get them all right. If I remember right.
Yeah, we did pretty well. We get some off-camera pours.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, we got a little wide neck champagne last year.
That's right. We can debate the merits of that. I think Riedel just produced one, kind of with the flat bowl shape, which kind of surprised
Georgia
me.
really likes that size. So.
Ah, fantastic.
Okay.
Tiny glass. So, yeah, sparkling wine number 1. Smells nice.
Yeah.
Green apples, orange zest, a little bit of floral.
Lemons, a little bit of lemony.
I do like these flutes too, right? They're not too narrow.
Yep, these are right. Yeah, these are just the standard Riedel flutes. Yeah, I really like these. They're just wide enough where you can get your nose in there. Kind of condenses the aromas. I really like it.
Yeah.
A little bit yeasty.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit, like almost like an apple pie, a fresh apple pie.
Good citrus.
Yeah, it smells good. But
I'm enjoying this. Really good burst of apple flavor.
oh yeah,
A little bit of peel.
it takes a second.
Yep, it does. Yep.
It's a little cold. I mean, these were pulled out of the fridge maybe 10 minutes ago. So it's a little lost initially, but there, just like Dan said, there's a big burst of sort of apple and citrus acidity right as you start to swallow it. It's really nice.
And I love that when it kind of surprises you. I think that little bit of yeasty character just provides like kind of a gentle foundation all the way across the palate in a really good way.
Right. I think there's just a touch of sweetness too on the finish of this, which is really kind of nice.
I dig it.
Gives a little bit of weight to the finish. Overall, the bubbles are pretty fine, not coarse or yeah, this is really nice. So, wine number 1 is good.
Wine number 1 is totally good.
These are single blind for me. They're gonna be double blind for
Yeah.
Dan. So I'm gonna totally not say what I think they are because I know where they came from. So.
Okay, well, I'll just say it. Yeah, we'll have to say it at the end, I guess. Maybe I'll retaste. That's okay.
So what would you score this as? I would say like 87, 88 points.
At least I'm thinking.
I mean, the flavors are straightforward, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's the more you drink it, it seems pretty simple. It's got like a really good burst of fruit. The fruit is very fresh and delicious. A little bit of sugar on the finish is really nice, but overall, pretty straightforward.
I'll agree with that. You know, I'm gonna go 88 plus. I kind of want to go 89, but that's what's holding me back a little bit. The flavors are a little straightforward, and while there is that cool little burst, there's not a lot of complexity later. But it is thoroughly enjoyable. I'm gonna say my guesses out loud just because it'll help us remember, so I'm more committed to it.
Yeah.
I think this is a really nice California sparkler, and I'll be excited to drink more of it if it isn't, and if it's.
Well, I almost
secretly hoping that it's Oregon, which would be a real treat. On to wine number 2.
I think I'm gonna say.
You can't say.
Yeah, I can't say. So we'll wait until the end.
Yeah.
Until you finalize yours, and then I'll say. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, moving right along. This is a rinse. Yeah.
Oh goodness, well,
Yeah,
good rinse. That's all right. Cheers.
Nothing wrong with that. It's sparkling wine.
Ooh, a little more candy on that one.
Yeah, changing gears here. All right, just from the rinse on that one, you can totally tell there's a lot more lingering sweetness. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to drink that one a little too fast there too. Definitely.
Okay, a little more.
Sure. Yeah.
Might as well. So we got nothing going on.
I know if it's sweet like this, well, I was gonna say other wines, if it's sweet like that, there's less alcohol, but not necessarily true.
Okay, so wine number 2, another sparkling wine from who knows where. This sort of smells more tropical.
a little more.
A little more pineapple, a little more almost like a cantaloupe or something. Totally cantaloupe. This is
something
definitely
like
not...
leathery or something in there too. Like maybe a little bit of the yeast leaves contributing that, or.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Funky.
This doesn't smell like something that's particularly normal for sparkling wine. Like it could be something that's a different grape.
And that's what I'm feeling, like some unusual grape or some unusual reason. I mean, we'll see what happens when we taste it, but this, yeah. I'm gonna go on nose alone. On nose alone, I think it's American, and that some unusual grapes involved. But we'll see.
Okay. There was one of them where I really struggled to find a blend, and I couldn't find a blend anywhere online. So I think I know exactly actually what this is. So
He didn't
I
give
bought
any
the
details.
wines.
He didn't give any details.
I'm not cheating, I promise. Jerusha was kind enough to wrap up all the wines for us, so there was no way that I could look at the top of the necks and figure out.
It's
which
really
one.
good, and they're even necks. He's the worst at that, right? If he
Horrible.
can cheat, he will cheat.
I can't help it.
But these are perfectly wrapped. Yeah.
This is almost like Sauvignon Blanc and Riesling and just lightly sparkled, maybe even with like CO2 or something.
The way it smelled, I think it's carbonated. Because
Okay.
it reminded me, like,
Bummer.
if you open soda or things like that, there's a little, I was like, kind of smells like carbon dioxide or something,
Yeah.
but I bet it's related to the...
This doesn't feel or taste like the normal sort of secondary fermentation style carbonation at all. And the bubbles are really, really fine and almost not present when you really let it sit around in your mouth for a while, which is another giveaway for me for CO2 carbonation.
Interesting point, yeah.
Whereas, yeah, with something that's sparkled the normal way or carbonated the normal way, you can kind of rinse it around your mouth and it just shakes bubbles all around your mouth. Whereas CO2, it doesn't happen so
Yeah.
much. So.
Flavors are enjoyable. It's sweet, a little riper, like a little bit of lychee. The acidity's kind of good too. I think it definitely kind of saves this. I think with half the acidity, it'd be a little too sweet, a little syrupy, a little awkward. But like a little lemon acidity is good.
When we open this, if anybody knows what the blend is, I would love to know. I'm going to guess it's like a lot of Riesling.
Interesting.
Don't think so?
I would guess no, but
Okay.
we'll find out.
I mean, like 40% blend or 50% something, and then like smaller chunks of something else. Anyway, 85 points, 84 points for me. It's a little sweet. It's a little boring. It's nice. It's a nice enough wine, but
Yeah, is it? Yeah. I'll go with 84 too. Yeah, the flavors aren't really doing it for me, but it's enjoyable and easy to drink. I could drink multiple glasses of it. I'll probably have more, but not a lot of excitement. I guess price point makes a big difference there too. Like who knows? Are they comparable price points, or is there a bit of disparity here?
there is a little bit of disparity.
Okay.
So I was trying to.
Like if this is $45, like I'm not
There's
not
one of them
happy
in this
with
that's a $36 bottle.
it. Okay.
The rest are cheaper.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Oh, I know exactly what this is.
Whoa.
Changing gears. Again.
Oh, I love it. It smells like truffles, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Off-camera pour is
Oh, that's
interested.
right.
You want the last one or you want this one?
That one.
Okay.
It's funny, now we'll find out how wide angle this lens is too.
Oh, it's got this.
Yeah.
Joy coming in for the off-camera pour. So this is wine number 3. A little bit darker in
I'm
glass.
totally black Oregon truffles on the nose.
Really? I don't smell enough truffles, so
Yeah.
I'm
Go to
only-
the
I'm only
farmer's
been-
market for that.
yeah, I need to. Problem is I work night shift and it's nigh impossible.
Yeah. It's got on the way home. It's really dominant for me. Kind of that fruity way, like a little bit of funky pineapple, kind of, right? Like
Yeah.
a little earthy, fruity.
It's definitely got an earthy note to it, which is cool. But I mean, there's also some of the like kind of cake frosting.
Sure.
It's got a like, touch of sweetness and acidity together that you can smell on the nose, which is really nice. The fruit is it smells almost like a little not cooked, but like baked.
See that?
baked
Sure.
sweetness.
Sure. A little hint of something herbal too, but cool. Good
Yeah,
complexity.
it
on
smells
Yeah.
great. So. That's fine. That's delicious.
Yeah, a little pie crust.
Mm-hmm.
A little softer on the palate than either of the other two. A little lower acidity, I think. But
Right. Yeah, I didn't feel it was lower acidity, but anyway.
good feel on the bubbles. I really like the texture on the
Yeah.
palate here.
Strongly, or it's the citrus components of this is dominant for me, at least.
You know what? You're right. The acidity is there. It just comes in late,
Mm-hmm.
and it really kind of slow grip up on the tongue. A
Yeah.
little bit of mandarin orange, a little bit of limes.
Yeah, it's a lot of like mostly limes and yeah, mandarin oranges or satsumas, even like a touch sour as it finishes, but really nice feel. Like I said with the bubbles, a little bit of sweetness on the finish, a little more complex.
Lingers really well.
Mm-hmm.
That pie crust flavor without being overwhelming. The fruit's integrated really well with it right now too.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a little more delicious. Like it's a little more integrated, a little more complex, a little weightier, better feel. A really nice wine.
Those truffles deliver on the finish too, or on the palate too. Yeah.
I don't eat enough truffle.
Dude, I'd love, for those of you who are familiar with it, like, you got to check this out. It really kind of blew my mind a little bit that way.
That's really good.
But yeah.
All right. So before we reveal, well, I guess we should score the wine before we move on. This is gonna be like 89, closer to 90 points.
Yeah, I'll give it.
89 plus.
I'll give it 90 points.
Okay.
I'm gonna try this one again one more time before we go.
All right. Trying to get his last decisions. I've already made my decision.
I may
I'll stand by it.
upgrade this. But especially
Yeasty lees things on this one too.
Yeah.
Pretty strongly on the finish.
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, this is a good wine.
That transition is absolutely awful.
Don't
I
do
totally
it.
like this wine, but don't go
Don't go back.
from there to there.
Okay. Well, now I know. So.
What a mistake. Oh.
What was wrong about it?
No, like it is terrible. We'll try it. Maybe at the end we'll try it. Let's get through it. Oh, wow.
Huh. Yeah, it's the first wine. It tasted great, right? So.
Yeah, I totally like it. And I'll stand by that. Just that is not is not
I'll go
recommended.
90 points on this one. This one's really good. So I already know what they are. I think.
Yes. Okay. So
if you had to guess,
oh,
this one's kind of almost impossible to do.
I'm gonna go that this is California. It feels a little too rich to me to be Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
The Oregon sparkles I had have all been a little lighter and crisper, and it feels a little too round compared to be Champagne. Something about it. This reminds me most of Moscato, but I don't think it's real Italian Moscato. I don't know where else in the world would make a...
I should have looked at the alcohol percentage. I could have swore it was up in the 11s, but I've been wrong.
Like, a Zect could kind of have that sweetness, but it didn't taste like Riesling. So maybe it's Riesling from not in the Mosel. That could be too. Ooh. Oh, that throws things
Well, yeah, I mean...
for a loop.
yeah.
I'm going to guess...
Just don't even guess what it is. Just guess where it's from.
I'm going to guess it's sparkling wine from Italy, and that there's a mix of grapes in there.
Yeah.
Second guess is that, it tastes funky. God,
I like stuff in the buoy. This is good.
This is and this is terrible television. You want to watch me think for 15 minutes.
Go with your first instinct.
I want to say
Go with your first instinct.
This is something unusual from Oregon. That's what I'm going to go with.
Okay.
Something unusual from Oregon. And this is Champagne. I kind of don't want it to be. I want it to be awesome sparkling wine from the States. Or Cava. I want it to be really good Cava, but I bet it's Champagne.
All right, you said this is...
What are your guesses?
So, this is the Cava. This is the weird Oregon sparkling. And this is the Champagne.
Oh!
nicely
Wow,
done.
wow.
Yeah, Dan killing it, I think. We'll see as soon as
Yeah,
it plays off.
this has been wrong before.
No, this is a Cava. So
Oh.
that's it's Mont Marcal, sparkling wine. It's a Brut Cava from 2010. The reason I picked this wine, it's like around $14-15, I say.
Ooh, delivers.
But in a blind tasting, beat a Dom Perignon that I was early on in my wine drinking, like getting interested about wine. I went to a blind tasting with our friend David Paris, watcher of the show, and this wine from 2008, 2007, or maybe 7 or 6, beat a 2000 Dom Perignon.
I believe, you know what, in my mind, really, that's not
Killed
saying
it too.
much.
Killed it too. It was
Yeah.
it
I
was
mean, what's your
surprising.
opinion of Dom Perignon in general? I've had really good ones.
That was the first time I'd ever had it.
Yeah.
And I bought it, so I was actually really depressed to
Yeah.
learn that's what it was made of. So, or that's what it tasted like. So the second wine is the Evolution from
Bugs.
Oregon. Yeah.
Feeling good about that final, and there's
Good
definitely
pick,
some
by
weird
the
grapes
way.
in there.
Yeah. So when I looked up the blends, I couldn't find anything. All it said was it's a blend of multiple grapes from multiple vintages.
My thought is you will never know the blend for that, and taste some of it again, and tell me that there aren't some similarities with the Illinois wines. I think there's some American hybrids in this wine.
That's very possible. Maybe they're testing something, you know.
Or well, no, I think they just buy white grapes in bulk, right?
Oh yeah, because they
Right?
produce a
This
lot
is
of this
dirt cheap.
stuff. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the great white wines in Oregon right now that I know of, these producers got a hold of like a few rows of old vine, like unique, like Barnaby from Teutonic Wine Company, like their Sylvaner, used to go into the Evolution blends. Until,
yeah, I
because
remember
you know,
that,
because
yeah.
who wants to buy 2 rows of some weird white grape? Well,
Barnaby does.
But before that, they got to sell it to somebody, and it just goes into a big white blend. And I bet there's some American grapes in there.
All right, you have any guess on the champagne?
Oh, is it one that I know?
It's a big house.
I don't know much about
Okay.
champagne.
All right, so
Generally.
this is the Andre Clouet Grand Cru,
I would never have guessed that.
silver label. Oh, it's really on there.
Oh, I've had this before. So I'm not a big champagne guy. Like, I like it, but all of my friends, I think, like it more than I do. So
Right.
I just don't know that much about it.
This is a bottle that I always go to when I go somewhere and I don't know anything on the rack, or there's usually people are selling Andre Clouet and like Nicolas Foyer and a couple of other cheap ones, and I always go to the Clouet because it's always pretty. It's got a little bit of complexity. It's got the things you kind of like about champagne, but it's always really nice to your mouth. And so
Heidsick's kind of been my go-to, but boy, this is really making me think. And if you're not in the if you're not in Oregon, if you've never tasted a black Oregon truffle, go out on the market, buy this right now. Like that funky tropical fruit thing is totally what nice, ripe black Oregon truffles smell and kind of taste like. So,
and there are a lot of bottlings of this. This is the 100% Grand Cru silver label. We'll get a close up of the label, but yeah. Anyway.
just like us, we are also 100% Grand Cru. That's going to be our new logo. That's going to be our new logo. Yeah,
that's not bad. So what is the alcohol percentage on this thing? 12.5. All right,
Nice.
So it's not low. Anyway,
no.
so yeah, that's our show.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah, that was. I like drinking sparkling wine. So, any things you wish we would get on the show at some point for our sparkling shows?
Dude,
we
let us know.
yeah, like
I'd love to hear it.
It's one thing we both love drinking sparkling wine.
We
so.
could do a little more sparkling wine shows too. We haven't done a whole lot of that. That'd be something we could work with more too.
I don't need, well, Oregon is starting to produce a lot of sparkling wine now, and that's one thing I want to start paying more attention to.
Yeah.
They're kind of expensive though. Some of them are. I mean, like Soder's and the Argyle high-end stuff. It's a little.
And I kind of don't mind because most of them are method champenois, right? So they take some time with it. They have to hold it and release it,
Totally.
and they're probably being selective about the fruit that goes into it.
A lot of overhead for the wine.
You know, shout out to Kramer. Like they do some quick turnarounds on things, which is really great.
And they make some good wine out of that quick turnaround.
Yeah, definitely. Like I'd say their best sparkling wines are always amongst the best sparkling wines going on in the state. I think at any given time. So I got a question of the day.
Yeah, ask away.
So I'd like to know, you're buying a bottle of sparkling wine for $25 or less, not from Champagne or California. Let us know what you get. I'm really looking for like killer Prosecco and Cava recommendations, or stuff that we've never heard of, like from Oregon and Washington, stuff like that. It'd be really fun to hear.
Absolutely. I know there's good Cava out there. I just don't know what it is, right? Like, I mean, they've been producing wine for a lot of years.
Yep, this is great. Avino is one that I've had that really, shout out to David Spear, introduced me to that. Really solid. Yeah, but I'd like to know more. So it was a good time.
Yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Happy New Year.
I hope you guys had a great Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Yeah.
See you guys.